Returning to my Coin Lady channel, I am pleased to see you again. According to a well-known crypto analyst, this market is bound to grow up and needs to be capitalized on immediately. Let the quote end here. Meanwhile, a lot of people are either still not paying attention or refuse to believe that XRP has been performing better than the market and will dominate most coins this cycle, including Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've been shouting this on my channel for a while now, and it's definitely happening. This video is going to begin with another post by Seth Golden, whose work I am rapidly learning to appreciate. Seth Golden, chief market strategist at Phenom Group and a consultant to hedge funds, never stops spewing out valuable, interesting information. Offers crucial background information from the past and could guide your speculation regarding what you believe is likely to happen in the future. And here we are discussing more conventional marketplaces. In this instance, in particular, S&P 500. Since the cryptocurrency market does follow the stock market's ebb and flow, this is relevant to everyone involved in the crypto space. Asset risk includes equities and cryptocurrency. Anyone willing to take a chance on the stock market may do the same with cryptocurrency. This has consistently held true throughout history. For the same reason, every alt season always has investors buying smaller cap stocks, which are viewed as riskier than large caps, and moving further out on the stock market's risk curve. This kind of behavior occurs almost simultaneously with the expansion of alternative assets, so keep an eye out for it when you invest in equities or even simply an ETF track in the Russell 2000. In general, yes, in fact, it has never happened during an alternate season without that happening. That being said, it's important. Assuming, of course, that you and I both desire the XRP to go where you say it should. Pay attention to this. Thus, his writing is shown here. This is absolutely captivating. So perfect, he exclaimed. This is the 15th time since 2017 that the S&P 500 has gapped higher by plus 1% to reach an all-time high, and the 6th time this year that it has dropped by 100%. Ahead we go. 3 months later, the S&P 500 remained consistently higher in every case. According to his calculations, the average return over the past 3 months is 4.4%, which, when applied to the current situation, would result in a date of December 19th. Therefore, a bonus of 4.4%, which is actually very enormous in the S&P 500, would result from a replay of past events and an increase of that magnitude. This is consistent with a lot of other stuff from a historical standpoint, based on data that I keep presenting you on this channel, so he refrained from making an explicit forecast, but he did say, here is the data, if history does the same thing-ish, that's what it would be now. For example, back in January, when the SP index finally broke over its bear market low, it would have been one of the earliest examples of this type of thing that I would have mentioned this year. In addition, I made a note at the time that the S&P 500 had reached a new all-time high in a fresh cycle, beginning in the 1950s, 12 times out of 13 times. In 12 of the 13 cases, the S&P 500 would have been up by an average of 16% if 12 months had passed. Well, we've just hit it. So, now I'm going to tell you because we've been through this together. Now you know. To me, he's worth a fortune. Maybe that's why the last name is Gold. But this data continues popping up in his citations, and it does corroborate his claims. It is reasonable to assume that this is the most likely scenario. Were we not to? In the absence of any evidence to the contrary, it seems likely that there will be no black swan events. Nonetheless, such an occurrence is inherently unpredictable, according to the very meaning of the term. Having said that, is there evidence to suggest that a huge recession may occur within the next 3 months? I am not denying that a recession will occur eventually. A recession is inevitable, after all, no economy can function indefinitely without one. Fortunately, even a recession is far from catastrophic. Is a year the normal duration of a recession? And it's not necessarily going to ruin everyone's life. The possibility for life-changing wealth this cycle in the crypto world isn't going to be ruined by this, in my opinion. I'm not saying it won't happen, but eventually. What I'm trying to say is on a larger scale. Additionally, chart analyst Alessio Rustani has this video up on YouTube. Moreover, I consider him to be among the top in his field. His channel's hundreds of thousands of subscribers aren't there by accident. Why Everyone is Wrong About the Stock Markets and the Fed Rate Cut was the title of his just released video. What he said is not going to be repeated here. Feel free to have a look if you're interested. Although I've already told you this, I feel compelled to mention something he said that isn't getting enough attention. It's simply data. He does, however, note that, yes, it is true that rate cuts by the Fed occur quite frequently. Actually, it does seem to be associated with bearish market action. Generally speaking, that is correct. But this is what I meant when I said that looking at the times is important. In the absence of a recession or a particularly bizarre black swan event, there have been numerous rate cuts that did not lead to catastrophic economic collapse. Yes, that is accurate. One point he makes in his video is that rate cuts have happened before. He even goes back decades to prove it. One such case was in the 1990s, when the market continued to rise after a rate cut. The fact that we had the rate cut does not necessarily mean that everything will go down. Not that I disagree that it's feasible. I'm simply trying to get your message out that it's usually a bad sign if you think we're in the midst of a recession right now. In most cases, that would go hand in hand with the rate cuts. Except for the possibility of a catastrophic event, historical evidence suggests that things will continue to improve, not indefinitely, but certainly for the time being. In a recent post, chart analyst Crypto Caesar made the observation that the current gloomy sentiment towards alternative cryptocurrencies is a hallmark of inexperienced crypto investors and traders, given that Bitcoin's market dominance is at 58% and approaching a peak. Every season begins with Bitcoin's dominance being extremely high and ends with its decline. I don't know if you've figured this out yet. Be patient till then, or give in at the last possible second. Yes, that is accurate in terms of the facts, and this is where chart analyst Ali Martinez was essentially reiterating the same point. According to him, Bitcoin's dominance appears to be reaching a ceiling, suggesting a potential decline to 47% and paving the way for an alt season. Naturally, you'll notice alts popping off before that. Not that I'm denying he can. Yeah, I'm sure he can. For an alt season to be truly exhilarating, though, Bitcoin's price has to fall while its dollar value continues to rise. However, historically speaking, that has been rather typical in regards to the market dominance that would be declining. Next, we have this post from Rickus, a chart analyst. This is a dominance percentage chart depicting the overall market cap of cryptocurrencies, omitting the top 10 coins. Also, he suggests we make some charts showing how dominant altcoins are. Wow, that's just a coincidence. How can he possibly say that? Currently, he is looping about this trend line, which represents the opposing side's dominance, bouncing off of it. This is something he has shown over the past 6 years. When it hits this, what happens next? Get on the upswing quickly if you want history to repeat itself. We also have this from this, which, well, it's plainly a depressing piece, so it won't hold up so well. It is obviously the case. The viewer's presence here is greatly appreciated. Bye for now, and please subscribe and like my channel.